listen to records, smell the cover, read all the verses. Tell me about your favorites on vinyl and vision.
Whew. Cool. This is the first time I'm talking to like more than two guys at a time.
Nice.
How you guys doing?
Wonderful. Good. Does it
So-
look like I have a headphone on now?
It looks like it, yeah. Feel good? As long as it feels good is all that matters. So I just wanted to introduce you guys, say that this is the Hammer Party. Does everyone want to introduce themselves?
Go down the line, Justin.
All right, I'm Justin, and I play bass in the Hammer Party.
Andy?
Andy.
Andy Newman?
What do you do?
Joe.
What do you do, Andy?
I play guitar.
Oh, Joe Prop. Drums.
I am Dan Saint Jacques, and I am the mouth.
Righteous Man. So you guys have made the album Smashed Hits, which I love, and I luckily was approached by you, Dan, and asked if I would be interested in putting it out.
Right
And I
on.
fucking gladly said yes, because I think that it's an amazing record. I'm sorry, actually I was hoping to have the test pressings here tonight, but they got fucking delayed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they have not come in, and they were supposed to.
That's quick though.
It was supposed to be quick. Now it's not going to be so quick. But
Dips the brakes.
yeah, I mean, I was hoping to have them here to have you guys each take home your copy, and then we would even be able to listen to a little bit of one now. But we're gonna have to save that for another night. But in the meantime, we'll just kind of hang out and talk for a little bit. Talk about the record because I want everyone to know about it. So we did the intros. Justin, you're the guy I know the least about.
There's nothing to know about me.
Yeah,
I have no history at all.
You've never been in another band before?
I was in a band and we played some covers and originals a little bit for a year before I met Dan.
And joined the Hammer Party?
Yeah.
Which was originally a Big Black cover band. That's how you guys got started?
Yeah, Halloween 2016 maybe? 17?
That just sounded too
17
good.
maybe?
Halloween 2016.
Yeah, 17? I don't know. Yeah, we got the drum machine and it was supposed to be a gig that we had, and it was the Plan B band. The Hot Knives were playing, and then the guys were traveling, but we still wanted the slot. The Halloween slot was going to be sick White Mice reunion.
Oh, cool.
So then we got in touch with Andy and we're just like, hey man, we got this slot, we got to throw together. We were going to originally just do like one tune, end the set with a Big Black song, Halloween style or whatever, but then we just went full tilt and we did it three-piece style, and the rest is history. It was fun to do. We did a couple shows just because people asked for it if they missed the Halloween thing. Did a couple more just to
just doing Big Black cover songs.
And then we just started writing originals and then got the full band together.
Nice. And so when did Joe join? Because you started off with a drum machine, you said?
Yeah, so it was like, what was it, Winter 18?
Yeah, I think it was.
Winter 18.
And Joe, what did you see in these guys when they asked you? You were like, oh yeah. Or you were like, oh,
some
I don't
buddies.
know, man.
Just buddies of mine.
Yeah. Did you know the music at all? Or you guys started writing music at that point, or did you already have originals that you brought to Joe?
That's how it kind of went down.
Yeah, we just had
a handful
a handful of tunes that we'd been working on, and then we just kind of finished them up.
Nice.
Yeah. And Dan approached me. Hey, feel like playing some drums?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, hell yeah, come and play some drums.
Yeah, man. Joe and I got like 30 years deep, playing music together.
Right.
We started off when we were teenagers in Sourpuss, 1990, Providence.
Wow. Yeah.
Opening up for all the grunge that was happening at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was an easy choice. I knew Joe moved back from New York and he was around, and just said, hey man, you got anything else going on? You feel like playing some original tunes?
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. No, I know you guys go back a long time. So Andy, how did you get roped in with this guy?
The band or with Joe?
Well, which came?
This in stereo?
Which came first?
Oh.
Chicken or the egg?
It was kind of by chance. I was at a show. It was either Shellac or Dinosaur Jr. One of the two at the Met, and I just overheard John talking about a Halloween show.
Yeah.
And about it being Big Black. And from the sounds of things, like Dan said, it sounded like their band couldn't do it. And I said, I'd love to do that. And pretty quickly we put it together, and that's how we started. And I mean, we've all known each other forever.
Yeah, our history goes way back though.
Yeah, I
Blaze
mean,
Baby and Sourpuss used to play gigs together back at Babyhead
yeah.
and AS220 and you know, early 90s, 90, 91,
Shit.
you know, Providence style.
yeah,
Even-
the three of us, Justin's become a fast friend, but the three of us have known each other for like 30 years, so
Yeah.
that made it a lot
Well
easier
said.
to put everything together, just having the familiarity
Oh yeah, I bet.
at our age.
overlapping
around it.
record collections.
Right.
Yeah.
Andy, what bands have you played with before? Even well, so you're saying that the first band you were in was Glaze Baby, or was that Sourpuss? You say?
That was the first band that really did stuff and toured.
Okay.
So Glaze Baby and Whitey were probably the two, you know, roughly a decade apiece of each. Both toured, both put out a lot of albums.
Oh, cool. And what's the last thing you did?
RMW.
What's that? Tell me a little bit about
That's
it.
Randy Mississippi Whiskey, and that's me and Eddie Mack, two piece, and we're gonna be in the studio right before the Hammer Party is
This year?
in February.
Oh, cool.
So we'll be putting out our debut record after pretty much close to a decade.
Oh wow.
As the Hammer Party puts out their second record, or gets it together at least.
Yeah.
What's the title of
I
the
don't-
record gonna be?
I don't know too much about this second record yet.
What's
Yeah,
the
we
title?
don't know it
Works.
either.
Tones?
It's still in the
Tones?
works.
Yeah.
But we're excited. We got the date to record and we got 5 tunes.
In February, I think you said,
Smash
right?
Hits Part
Yeah.
2.
It's part 2. Nice.
Electric Boogaloo.
Part 2 for the French
Part
audience.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Which is a shout out to Machines and Seth Manchester, the Wizard.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit about. Well, before we get into the record, Joe, if you don't mind telling a little bit about yourself, and we already heard how you got into the band. What about a little bit of your background?
Background. So
Where did you-
me and Dan started playing. Well, ask me just specific. I don't know.
Well,
do
what
you
was the
want?
first band you joined then?
The first band I was ever in was with me and Dan, basically. Yeah.
Which was Sourpuss?
Sourpuss, yeah. So that was me and another member of that band played in another thing for briefly, and then basically that turned into Sourpuss, Dan, Jason, and I. So I did that for a while. Then
90 to 92.
was that 1992, something like that. Then started playing with the Laurels, which is a local band.
Yeah.
Jeff Toasty
Mhm.
plays. He's got a Detroit Rebellion. I think Detroit Rebellion now.
Right.
Which I played for a little while with them with that, and then that kind of trailed into Scarce, and then from there I was doing a lot of after Scarce ended. I started doing a lot of like hired gun touring stuff, like the Silver Apples.
Right. What's the
Will
controversy?
Oldham.
What's the controversy of
Is it
the
controversy?
No, of the
What way?
Silver Apples, because it got mentioned in your Facebook feed. There's some people that were saying like,
Oh,
"Is
yeah.
that bullshit? Like, what is
Yeah,
that story?"
Well, that's true.
Right.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with him.
Yeah, 5 years you were saying earlier.
No,
right?
no, not 5
Oh.
years. How many tours? We did toured with Helios Chrome, opening up for Chrome. So it was
Oh,
Silver
wow.
Apples and Chrome, Helios Creed, more or less.
Right.
And then
What year was that?
I can't remember the years, man.
Okay.
It was like
Alright.
90.
Oh, because I was just talking about Chrome with Steve, and so I was just
Yeah,
kind of interested.
98 maybe. Don't hold me to.
Oh, okay. So this is
Some-
much longer time ago. Because I
Yeah,
guess they
90.
reunited kind of recently, like in the early 2000s or something.
Say again. I'm sorry.
They did some reunion thing in early
Chrome
2000s.
did?
Or actually, they did a new record. They had something
Yeah, I
out
got
in
it.
2000.
Vinyl.
Yeah, I haven't.
2005, I
Out of
think.
the loop,
Was it
man.
5?
Sick, man. I got the clear vinyl.
Yeah, so I did
Oh,
that.
alright. So it was before then.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I toured with Will Oldham, I think, before before that, and did some stuff with Jason Molina,
Oh wow.
and then I don't know what the frick else.
Bevis Frond.
Yeah, the Frond. So the Silver Apples, then the Frond, toured with the Frond, then did some stuff with Mary Lou Lord, did some stuff with Jason Lowenstein. That's why actually I went to move to New York to play in his solo, kind of his band for a minute. Then that kind of just fell apart. And
Yeah.
it was a blast though. What else? All sorts of stuff. This other band, the Velaset, out of New York, and then odds and ends here and there.
Damon Albarn.
Yeah, that was the Silver Apples. We did some. We wrote and recorded like a half hour of stuff to play for a Peel festival, the Meltdown, John Peel's Meltdown Festival.
Oh yeah.
So we recorded about a half hour, or wrote about a half hour's worth of music to play at this festival. So some of the guys from Blur, Silver Apples, well, Simi and I, and then I don't know if it's. I guess it's out there. I don't know.
Somewhere. Yeah, we were just
Never
talking about
heard
it, and
yeah.
You don't even know.
I don't know.
if there's the recording of it somewhere.
Just kind of keep moving forward, whatever.
Oh yeah, no,
whatever
that's
in the
cool.
past.
It'd just be nice to hear at least from a fan's perspective, you know.
Yeah, it was interesting. We had 3 days, or 2 days, or like kind of 2.5 days to write this, put it all together, and then you just play a big festival.
Crazy.
Concept is that you would take I guess John Peel would take, so for that festival they would take an older band, and that was still kind of around or somewhat relevant, and kind of merge it with a new band. And then write some music specifically for that festival. So they would take, say, Suicide and Jesus and Mary Chain, put them two together, write some stuff and then play.
Huh.
So,
Crazy.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was fun.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy bill to dig up. We'll find out who did that bill.
Yeah.
Joe, any footage of the Jim Rose Circus?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. No. Well, no, that got blocked really quick.
Oh.
That got taken down really
Shit.
fast. That was fun. Yeah. Did the what do you call it? What is it called? Fringe Festival in Scotland with Jim Rose for one season, one month, like a cycle.
Oh yeah.
Up there for, that was maybe 2004, 5, something like that. That was fun. It was basically just probably like a XXX rated kind of burlesque, out of control,
Live show.
with
a live band.
crotch on fire kind of stuff, crap like that.
Yeah. That's a little too dangerous for me, man. I can't.
Penises in beaver traps.
They were just ripping you off, Joe. That sourpuss footage of you with your crotch on
That's
fire.
that's why I did it. That was my idea. I was like, I'll just light my crotch on fire.
Yeah.
And flop around.
And then I just rip you off a few years later.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Dan just stepped it up. Took it to the next level. Pours a bottle of alcohol over his whole body.
You still got the burns from that, or what happened?
They're all cleared up except for the only scars are left inside.
Right.
Yeah, I'll never forget when I saw you that summer.
Oh,
And
shit.
I was working where at Moby's.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
I
walk
was
in.
cooked up.
I'll never play with fire again, man.
Infamous.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Butcher.
Dan, we've had you on the show before. You've already kind of run down the list of bands you've been part of. Like, is there anything that we missed that time?
I don't know, man.
You mentioned Sourpuss. You mentioned.
It's I remember it by like the years. You know what I mean? Like it's easy because I moved to Providence in '90 and I started playing with Joe. So it's like Sourpuss '90 to '92. Then I got together with Jay Ryan from Six Finger Satellite and his younger brother John, and we did Von Ryan's Express.
Yes.
And then that was '92 to '93 or '4, and then it mutated into the Hydrogen Terrors when John couldn't play drums anymore. No more
right.
Von Ryans in the band, so we changed to the Terrors. I played with them until '95, '96. And then I started Onlyville Sound System with Adam Autry, '96 to present. And then a year later, Adam moved to Japan to teach English, and I got together with the guys and Landed, and then that band started, '97, and then
Right.
lit myself on fire and all that crap. And then we got the record deal with Vermiform. And Sam McFeeters moved the whole Vermiform thing to Providence. So it was really cool. Landed Men's Recovery Project. And then at one point, Six Finger entered it again when they got back together. And it was like just the same band with different singers. And we went on tour and, freaked people out all across the country. And,
Oh, I just remembered one that you didn't mention. The Fuzz.
Oh, yeah. Then, okay. So then...
I forgot about them, yeah.
Vincibus Eruptum.
Oh, and
was
then
like,
too. Yeah.
It was like 99 or 2000 all the way up to 2004. Vincibus Eruptum. And then that turned into the Fuzz with Bob Otis. A couple members moved away. Then we got Bob. And then we played the Fuzz until like 2007. And then I got together with Bob again, Extinction Machine, mid 2000s with Kay. It was like Lolita Black disbanded, and we just basically reformed that with a different singer. People would be like, "Oh, how was that different?" It'd be like, "Well, instead of a cute girl that can sing, it's like an old ugly guy that yells at you." But it's very similar music. It was like, it was Lolita Black. It was Bob and Kay, the engine of the band. They were like the hard rock duo that all the hooks and riffs and, it was somewhere on the verge of metal and punk. And we got to open for a lot of cool bands. DRI, I Hate God, all kinds of crap. Murphy's Law.
Nice.
We did that like post-hardcore scene and, held our toes up against stoner rock and doom metal and, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But, that was a blast. And then Hot Knives, which led into this band.
Yeah. Cool,
as
man.
a plan B, just thing for Halloween again, and that brings us up to the present.
Right.
Halloween.
So speaking of the present, what about the record, Smashed Hits? How did you guys do it? And how quick did it go? Oh, this story is actually pretty good. I know this one. Justin, why don't you go ahead and chime in?
Well, okay. Well, how the record? How I got involved was because, they had a recording that they had done already as a 3-piece with a drum machine. And when I met Dan, he's like, well, do you want to play bass? And I was like, I don't have a bass. So he's like, you can borrow mine. So I was like, oh, cool. So I joined the band and because I really loved the recording of the songs they had. So.
Yeah. How many songs
So
was
then
that they brought to you?
Oh, like 5 or 6.
Okay. And then
Some of them are on this.
on this record?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we played a bunch of shows and had no time to record, and then COVID hit and we had time to record. I guess, something like that.
Oh, so-
Fine-tuned machine.
Close.
We waited. We
Right.
probably rehearsed the songs for like 6 months. Played them out live. Got them all dialed in.
Right.
And then we recorded.
And recording, you did at Dusk, right?
Yep.
On a Sunday afternoon.
You want to talk about it, Andy?
On a Sunday,
What's that?
Sunday
You want
afternoon.
to talk about the Dusk?
About the Dusk?
How was the recording process?
Oh, it was pretty easy actually. We went in on a Sunday, pretty much played our live set. Dan Baldwin recorded it. We did each song maybe a couple times at the most. I'd have to say the whole process, even though there was like a year between the actual recording and the time that we mixed it, everything went about as easy as it could go.
So it went pretty quick one day.
Very
one
very-
afternoon.
Yeah, a few hours.
You got to go into the studio like well rehearsed. If you go
Right.
in there and don't know your shit, man, you take forever. But if you go in there and you play the set a couple times, maybe you do one song, couple songs 3 times. You take the best out of 3. If you can't do it in 3 songs, then you probably just can't do it.
Right. Yeah, and so how many, what was the overdubbing like?
That's when we went back to machine. So we actually
Put a little
went to
sugar
finish
on
it
it,
up at
that's it.
Amden Studios, and then hard drive crashed, and then the COVID shit happened, and we were like
That's right.
dead in the water. So then I called Machines a few months later and said, hey man, when are you guys going to start doing recording again? And they said in June. So then we went in June and we, redid guitars, redid all the vocals. When we did it live, it was just a scratch track. It was never intended to be the live track.
Basically,
It was
drum.
just there
It was
to
just getting a drum.
go through the
basically.
motions, getting the rhythm section heavy, and
Well,
Good
most
taste.
of the basic tracks were still kept.
yeah, they were
The
all
drums.
We,
The
we just
bass.
did
Right.
we did mostly Dan's vocals and a couple overdubs.
Yeah.
Wow. So the recording's done. Didn't take very long. Did the overdubs at Machines,
Yeah. Mixed
and now we're pressing it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great, right?
Yeah, you asked me like what? It was probably around that time.
August?
You must have just finished at Machines because
Yeah.
you were waiting on the masters
Yep.
coming in.
Yep.
So it was like June or something. You were like, I got this record. Is like, you interested in putting it out? I'm like, I was like, ask everybody else first. like anyone else you know from all of the fucking careers, you know, of all the bands you guys have been part of and known. I was just like, I know you guys know people that run labels.
But
know?
you
It's
were
just like,
enthusiastic. and,
oh,
you
I
know,
wanted. I mean,
and-
was all in as
Yeah.
soon as you asked. I was just like, but just for your own sake, do it for yourselves. Ask someone else, you know. but I'm happy to be part of it, and like I'm really honored to be putting it out. You know.
Right on. Thanks,
So-
James.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
And I
yeah.
think it's going to be great. I mean, we don't have the copies yet, and I was hoping to have the fucking test pressings today, so we could at least look at that. And unfortunately, we don't have them now.
Put
So
one on the turntable.
yeah, maybe I'll have you guys come over and like do a Instagram live, and we'll put it on a little bit.
Right
Yeah,
on. That'd be
something to look forward
fun.
to, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I was wondering, would you be interested in auctioning one off if someone wanted one of the test pressings?
Of course.
Yeah, I think if
You
it,
have
it was
mine.
going to a good cause.
What kind of money are you talking?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it depends on whoever wants to buy. I mean, I can put it up on like my
Put
website or
mine up
something.
for a test.
Or on-
Is there 4? How many?
There's going to be 5.
Yeah.
So there's one for
Five,
each of
perfect.
us.
4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna use mine. It's fine.
If you want to put it up, I mean, we'll put it up for auction. And if you want to, do you want to sell it for a charity? Oh, how about this? How about for Dusk?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because
That'd
they're
be
they're
perfect.
doing
Great
their
idea.
fundraiser
Perfect.
anyway to keep
Yeah.
Oh,
keep
that'd
themselves
make
open.
Rick Wicked happy. That'd be the
Okay.
noble thing
That'd
to
be
do
cool,
for
yeah.
sure.
Then we'll
Yeah.
do that. Considering one of the records that sold, somebody asked for one of her record to be personalized and be signed by all of you guys. We'll do that for the test pressing too.
Right on.
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah. Great
Yeah.
idea.
So yeah, I'll
Dig
put
it.
it up. By the time this goes up, we'll put up the auction. We'll have the test pressings by then, so we can get that done. And then
Cool.
also for tonight, we're gonna premiere the video
Right on. Hell
that
yeah.
I also kind of took on without knowing what the hell I'm doing. But again, you know, it's something that I'm honored to do for you guys. So.
Right on, James.
So, I just want to say thanks to everyone that's watching and thanks to everyone that's bought the record already. It's actually doing great, considering we haven't done anything for it really.
Mhm.
And
Close to 30,000 copies.
30,000 already, yeah.
Wow.
Pre-orders,
33.
it's great.
It's going quick, man.
Yeah, I never
That's it?
thought. That's it, man, for now. But, you know, it's early. It's only been 1 month.
It's been a month, 33,000.
Right. Yeah.
So it's doing pretty well.
Surprise me.
I want to say that from my personal experience in the past week, that a lot of my friends have really gone out of their way to say how much they really dig the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think
been really
that-
nice.
That means the world to me.
Yeah,
That's-
I
that's,
mean, reached out to me personally and said, "This is great stuff. I really like what's on here. I like all of it." And these are friends of mine. As good of friends as we are, they wouldn't bullshit me, you know.
of course not, yeah.
So trusted musical opinions have really gone out of their way to say how much they dig the record.
Yeah, to be respected by your peers. It's
Yeah,
like, that's like
yeah.
that makes
That's always
that makes
good.
it all
Especially when
worth
you
it.
have peers like yours. I mean, it's like it comes so highly. Like the one I saw personally was from Rick, which Rick actually had a great Rick Pelletier that we're talking about from Six Finger Satellite. He had a great quote. Like if we could still print up stickers, I'd be like fucking put Rick's sticker on that.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
something along the lines of how you guys capture this fucking punk rock essence and it's like so tight and so loose at the same time.
Right on.
And I thought that was really really fitting, a really really good way to
Hell
describe
yeah.
it. So then thanks to everybody for doing it, for helping out,
Right on,
and,
thank you,
Thanks
James.
for you doing your
Thanks
stuff.
for hanging.
and hopefully that auction will go well and we can get Dust some money for,
Yeah, hell
for
yeah.
That'd
keep
be
the
really
doors
cool.
open. For all that they've done. They've
Yeah,
fucking helped
definitely.
you record it. They've helped us record the video. They employ you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Rick gave us the keys to the castle and said, "Enjoy yourselves."
Rick
that
was
was
great.
sweet.
Such a great host.
Right
So
on.
back at you,
Dig
Rick.
it.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for talking about the record.
Yeah, of course. You got it, James.
Try not to make a